Ambassador Zekthul adjusted his crystalline appendages as he reviewed the intelligence reports one final time. The data was conclusive. Humans were among the weakest species the Galactic Coalition had ever encountered. Their physical strength barely registered on conventional scales. Their technology was primitive, and their lifespans were laughably short. The invasion would be swift and decisive. Pathetic creatures, he muttered to his aide, watching footage of humans going about their daily lives on Earth. Look at them. So fragile they require clothing just to survive their own planet's climate. No natural weapons, no armored skin, no enhanced reflexes. This will be over in mere cycles. The Velthari fleet had conquered 47 worlds without significant resistance. Their plasma weapons could vaporize mountains, their ships could glass entire continents, and their soldiers stood 3 meters tall with naturally armored exoskeletons. Humans, by comparison, were soft pink things that couldn't even see properly in the dark. The first wave of attacks targeted major population centers. Los Angeles, Tokyo, London, all fell within hours. The human military response was exactly as predicted: desperate, disorganized, and utterly ineffective. Their projectile weapons barely scratched Velthari armor, and their aircraft were swatted from the sky like insects. As anticipated, Zekthul reported to the High Command. Human resistance has been minimal. We should complete subjugation within 7 planetary rotations. But something strange began happening on the 8th day. The attack started small, supply convoys vanishing without trace, communication relays going dark in remote areas. Zekthul dismissed these as isolated incidents. Humans were probably just scavenging abandoned equipment, like the primitive scavengers they were. Then came the reports from the northern territories. An entire Velthari garrison, 200 soldiers, had gone silent overnight. When the recovery team arrived, they found the base intact, but empty. No bodies, no signs of struggle, just gone. Impossible, Zekthul hissed. Humans lack the capability for such operations. The pattern accelerated. Patrol units reported being stalked through dense forests by unseen enemies. Snipers eliminated sentries from impossible distances. Human fighters emerged from tunnels that sensors couldn't detect, struck with savage efficiency, then vanished like ghosts. Most disturbing were the psychological warfare tactics. Humans began broadcasting on all frequencies, not pleas for mercy, but something far more unsettling. War chants, battle songs, recordings of ancient human conflicts where vastly outnumbered forces had achieved impossible victories. They're using their own history as a weapon, reported Commander Vextar, his usual composure cracking. These Spartans, these Alamo defenders, they're teaching other humans that defeat can be victory if you make the enemy pay enough. Zekthul studied the tactical reports with growing unease. Humans weren't fighting like any species the Velthari had encountered. They didn't retreat when outgunned, they adapted. They turned household chemicals into explosives, modified farming equipment into weapons, and used their own cities as elaborate traps. The breakthrough came when xenobiologist Dr. Sarah Chen was captured. Under interrogation, she laughed. Actually, laughed at her captors. "You studied our biology but missed the point entirely," she said, blood trickling from her lip. "You saw weakness where you should have seen adaptability. We're not the strongest or fastest or toughest. We're the ones who survived everything our planet threw at us by learning to be something else." She gestured to the viewport showing Earth's scarred surface. Ice ages, volcanic winters, plagues, meteors. Our world tried to kill us for millions of years. We didn't survive by being strong. We survived by being stubborn, creative, and absolutely refusing to quit. The doctor's words proved prophetic. As Velthari resources dwindled, human resistance only intensified. They scavenged alien technology, reverse-engineered it, and improved upon it in ways that defied conventional engineering principles. Teenagers built EMP devices from microwave ovens. Farmers created anti-aircraft weapons from irrigation systems. Most terrifying was their collective response to loss. Each fallen human city didn't break human morale. It forged it into something harder. Survivors spread knowledge, tactics, and an increasingly fanatical determination to make the invaders regret every meter of conquered ground. The war's turning point came at the Battle of Denver. Zekthul had ordered the complete destruction of the city to end human resistance in the region. Instead, he watched in horror as 10,000 humans, soldiers and civilians alike, charged directly into plasma cannon fire, using their own bodies as shields to allow demolition teams to reach the Velthari flagship. They succeeded. The massive vessel crashed into the Colorado Mountains, taking half the invasion fleet's command structure with it. "Status report!" Zekthul demanded as emergency klaxons wailed throughout his own ship. "Sir," his aide's voice shook, "we're receiving retreat orders from High Command. The humans have somehow acquired our quantum communication codes and are broadcasting our tactical frequencies to their entire population. They're coordinating globally now." Through the viewport, Zekthul watched human fighters swarm across the battlefield below. They moved with purpose, precision, and something he'd never seen in any conquered species: joy. They were actually enjoying this impossible fight. A transmission crackled through the ship's speakers, a human voice, calm and certain. "We told you to leave. You called us weak. You were right. Individually we are, but you made one critical error. You cornered us, and cornered animals don't fight fair. They fight to win." As the Velthari fleet limped away from Earth's solar system, Zekthul filed his final report. Subject: recommend immediate reclassification of humans from primitive weak to extreme threat, avoid all contact. In the margin notes, he added a personal observation that would become legendary among galactic military academies. They don't fight like they're trying to win. They fight like they've already decided they'd rather die than lose. There is no defense against such madness. Earth had taught the galaxy a new lesson. Strength isn't measured by how hard you can hit, but by how many times you can get back up. And humans, it turned out, always got back up.